There comes a point when life starts to feel like a race you never signed up for. And in the middle of all this noise, I found myself longing to just pause. That's when I found McLeodganj, the mini Tibet of India. Tucked away in the hills of Himachal, this little town carries the spirit of Tibet. Monks in maroon robes, prayer flags dancing in the wind, chants echoing through the narrow lanes. There's a peace here that lingers. I came across here looking for an escape, but what I found was something deeper. A slower rhythm of life, one that doesn't ask you to keep up, but invites you to slow down. And in that stillness, I met some of the happiest people. People who had chosen not to speed up, but they have made peace a priority and found joy not in chasing more, but in embracing less. So, hello from McLeodganj. In between the majestic mountains of India lie McLeodganj, also known as the mini Tibet of India. To get here, I took an overnight bus from Delhi to Dharamshala. The bus left around 9:40 p.m. in the night, and like most of us do, I slept through the chaos of the city. But when I opened my eyes in the morning, everything had changed. पहाड़ों के बीच से गुजरते हुए, I saw the first rays of the sun gently lighting up the mountains. It wasn't the usual kind of morning. No blaring horns, just silence and this soft golden light pouring over the hills. और ट्रैफिक की जगह एक अलग ही जाम था. It told me I had arrived. I was finally where I was meant to be. After soaking it all in for a while, I checked into a hostel. I'll link the details in the description. The hostel was Mitra Hostel. They had decent rooms, warm people, and a perfect location. Close enough to the cafes and monasteries, yet far enough from the noise. It felt right. I wasn't alone on this journey. My sister was with me, and that morning we got ready together. Slowly, without any rush. Just the two of us enjoying the quiet before the town fully woke up. New day in McLeodganj, and Aaj is going to be a super chilly day, so let's see what is there. We stepped out, wandered through narrow uphill roads, and paused for a coffee break at a tiny cafe along the way. The kind of place where the cups are chipped, the views are endless, and time just melts. That's what I was craving for. Sitting here, sipping slowly, watching life unfold at its own pace. It felt like mountains were reminding us to take it easy. We spoke so much about the snow vacation that a family is having with those cute Labradors, and then with warm hands and warmer hearts, we continued walking and found ourselves standing in front of something powerful, the residence of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. The space felt calm, almost sacred. Tucked quietly in the hills, this wasn't just a home, it was a symbol. After the Chinese occupation of Tibet, the Dalai Lama fled to India in 1959. McLeodganj became his sanctuary. Over time, many Tibetans followed, carrying with them their stories, prayers, and their culture. I also turned the prayer wheel gently. In Tibetan Buddhism, each spin is believed to release positive energy and send out prayers into the universe. It's a meditation in motion. So, कैसा लग रहा है तुझे मैक्लोडगंज?
It's beautiful. It's very shan, as in it's very slow. So you'll see bits and pieces of slow living
People just rushing.
as compared to Delhi, Gurgaon, or other hill stations as well.
हाँ, अभी हम लोग जैसे दलाई लामा मोनेस्ट्री में आए हैं. This उनका
It's Dalai Lama temple.
temple, right? And इनके घर is also right just
It's
next.
right next to this place.
This is also very calm and serene.
It's like any other temple, Gurdwara.
Exactly. A lot of positivity.
I don't understand the language, but you can feel it.
Yeah, it's something prayers going on by the monks. Very peaceful.
Also very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
The markets were so good. Just all those stalls जहाँ पे
They
सारा.
had very very cute jewelry. I think Majnu ka Tilla kind of replicates it, but it's too expensive. They have very pretty jewelry. The Tree of Life pendant.
I will
I
take
really
that.
want to buy that.
That is
Very
nice.
pretty jewelry. And very pretty stuff to take back home, as in very unique stuff. Very unique bangles, not your cliche mementos, which is very unique and nice.
Now I get it. I can sit here like for an hour and just do nothing.
Just randomly sit here,
Yeah.
right?
And I think हम जितने भी cafes और जगह गए हैं morning से, every place kinds of slows you down. You can just
Exactly. These people have kind of nailed down the cafe culture, from the coffee to the music to the ambience. Everything will be so spot on according to the vibe of the cafe that you will feel, oh wow, tomorrow. Your eyes look very pretty in the light. They shine so beautifully. The brown color, it's beautiful.
Thank you. My eyes are actually brown.
Yeah, and they look very pretty with it.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
By evening, it was almost time for sunset. Everyone kept recommending Nuddy Point. It's the place to be, they said. But also be ready for the crowds. So instead, we did what felt right. We skipped the chaos and found a quiet little parking lot. Nothing fancy, just a spot with a view. We sat there with a hot cup of chai in our hands, the kind that warms more than just your fingers. In front of us, trolleys slowly made their way up from Dharamshala, weaving through the hills like little stories returning home. The sky began to melt into golden and orange, and in that stillness, everything felt enough. While walking back to the hostel, we came across these beautiful markets. And believe me, you will not have to bargain, as the people were really sweet to just offer you the reasonable price they can. We just made some new friends. I had found the perfect way to unwind the day. I grabbed the perfect book I had been meaning to read for a while, and a hot cup of ginger and lemon tea, sitting there and looking out at the mountains. In the next part, I'm going to take you to a nearby village, a place that touched me deeply in ways I didn't expect. So don't forget to subscribe and come along because the story isn't over yet.